Hi there, thank you so much for joining me today. This video is my next update for my Partners in Cream project pan. I feel like I sometimes gloss over the creators or like the premise of the project just because I've done so many videos like this. I just assume people know, but I do want to take a moment and say Steph and Delyn, the creators of this project, are amazing. They're wonderful. I love their content. I'm always watching their videos, the stuff they come out with, and all of their old videos and playlists as well. Truly, if you don't know who Steph and Delyn are, please go check them out. I think you'll love them just as much as I do. We've been doing this project for years, and I've been lucky to be a part of it for so long. I feel like I've learned so much about how I use cream products, how to use products in different ways to get more use out of them, and just have a better idea of what I can realistically have in my collection before it expires. So it's also impacted my spending habits and how I purchase cream products in a positive way. The premise for Partners in Cream is that you want to focus on your non-powder products. That could be anything that isn't a powder, and the idea is those tend to expire more quickly, and so having a dedicated project pan helps you make sure you're rotating through them and using them or finishing them before they expire. And I think people typically do 3 to 6 products at a time. I typically have more than that just because I have a lot of cream products. And I want to start off by saying I have finished 2 products in the past month, and so I'll be bringing in a new one. The other one I'm not going to replace anytime soon, and I'll explain later on why. But I did want to mention beforehand, because I feel like I always forget to talk about it at the end, but in the past month I've used up 13.81 grams of cream and liquid products, which is really exciting. The majority of that is my SPF and my foundation. So I will start with my SPF. I'm using up the Too Faced Hangover Good to Go SPF 25 moisturizer, and in the past month I've used 8.49 grams. There is so little product left in there. I really do think I can have this done in the next month. If I had just reached for this a handful more times, I think it could have been done by now, but this is a very moisturizing product, and I didn't always want to have such a glowy base. Sometimes I wanted things to look a little bit more mattified or just less glowy in general. Also, it's only SPF 25, and sometimes I like to go for something with a little bit higher of an SPF, especially if I know I'm going to be outside at all. I do feel very confident in having this done next month, and I will bring a new SPF in its place. I like to always have one that I'm focusing on, just so I can remember to reach for SPFs more. The next one is an empty, and this is a lip gloss from Charlotte Tilbury. It's in the shade Ibiza Nights, and it's one of her lip lusters. I did take out the stopper to get the rest out of the bottom that I couldn't reach normally, and then I put the stopper back in so whenever I weighed the difference, it would be very accurate. And in the past month, in order to finish this, I used 0.7 grams. I did talk about this lip gloss in great length in my most recent empties video, so I won't get into all of it here, but kind of the main points are that I really liked the formula, but I didn't like the glitter. So if I were to repurchase it, I would probably get it in a different shade. And I was very, very pleasantly surprised with how much use I got out of here, given how small the packaging is. Overall, really enjoyed using this. I am glad it's gone though, and now I can focus on another lip gloss. And I decided to just focus on my oldest lip glosses in my collection and work my way up from there. And the next oldest one is this mini here from Marc Jacobs. This is in the shade Pink Parade, and I bought this in a duo, so I have another mini lip gloss in the shade Sugar Sugar. After I finish this one, I'll likely move on to that one. This is currently 17.13 grams, and I'm not entirely sure where I am. I have reached for it a handful of times to see if it was something I would be willing to try to pan, and it is, even though it does have a little bit of like a glittery blue flip. I find that after you apply that and let it sit for a minute, it really doesn't do that anymore, so it's not like I'm wearing a blue metallic lip. I've been letting it stand on its own for a bit, and it looks like it's just above the halfway mark, but also I'm not sure if that's accurate because it's a very opaque product, and that might just be a weird line somewhere in the product that isn't actually an indicator of where it is in the progress. I think it is a little bit more of a thicker product too, so there might be some on the edges above that line as well. So I'm not really sure how quickly or easily I can use this up. I'm going to try to use it as much as I can in the next month, and then look at the difference in grams and maybe get a better idea of how long it'll take to finish that way. I want to skip ahead and talk about my other empty just because I'm so excited about it, and that's the Crush liquid lipstick from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I was using this as a cream blush, and for the last time today, I went to put it on the back of my hand and there just wasn't any more product that I could get out. I had just enough for one more application, and that is it, and she's done. And I'm not going to take the stopper out because this is several years old and I don't feel like I need to do that. I feel like I got plenty of use out of here, and in order to finish it, in the past month I used 0.16 grams. And I'm not going to roll in a new liquid lipstick to use as a cream blush at the moment, just because I plan on doing that with my Live It Up lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. I have been using this steadily. I've used 0.13 grams in the past month, and I think, you know, maybe 2 or 3 more months of continued use, I could get it to the point where it's flat in the packaging, but there's still a lot of product left on the inside, at least for these Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks I have found. So what I'll do is I will scoop the remaining product that I can't get anymore just from applying on my lips. I'll put that in a separate container and I'll use that as a cream blush once it gets to that point. The next 3 products are slow but steady products that I imagine are going to be in it for the long haul, at least in this project pan. The first one is the NYX Dark Circle Concealer in the shade Fair. In the past month, I've used 0.12 grams, and it's all on the sides, and I kind of just use the back of my fingernail to take out the tiniest little bit to use under both of my under eyes. And so I am using it regularly, but because it's all on the sides like that, you're really not going to see a huge difference between the photos. I imagine this will still take me several months to actually finish, which is perfectly fine. I really enjoy using this, and I don't need a lot every time I use it. Another one is just because these types of products take me forever to use up, and that's the IT Cosmetics CC Cream Foundation. In the past month, I've used 3.86 grams. I would say pretty much every time I wore foundation, maybe with the exception of like 1 or 2 times, I used this in some capacity, even if it was just as a mixer with other foundations. I'm wearing it today. I really like this, but it is one of the oldest foundations in my collection, so I would like to work it out quickly. You're not going to see a huge difference in the photos just because we're getting to that point where all of the product is right here at the bottom. Again, I think this is going to take several months to work out. And the very last one, I am not even sure I'll be able to use up within a year's time. I'm glad I'm starting on it early. This is one of the newer products in my collection, but there is so much product in here that I need to get started on it early so that I can finish it before it expires. And that's the Cocoa Kind My Light Rosé Skin Nourishing Highlighter. This is a cream highlighter stick. I mentioned in every update, the product goes pretty much all the way to the bottom of the packaging, and so there's so much in here, and I use so little over a month's time. Sometimes I'll use this as a glowy primer, so I'll put it on the parts of my face that I want to have a little bit of glow, or sometimes I'll put on the foundation and then I'll pat this on top on those same parts just to add a little bit more luminosity on top of foundation. Maybe when the warmer months come and I'm wearing more low-cut tops, I can also use this on my collarbones, but this is just gonna take forever. I'm really curious to see how long it's gonna take. And over the past month, I've used 0.35 grams. So that's all my progress I wanted to share. I'm so glad to be rolling out such a long-term product. This took forever to finish. And I am really glad to be working through the lip glosses in my collection. Lip gloss is something that I would like to purchase more of down the line. I'd like to try new brands and formulas, and so I am glad to be working through some of my older ones to make space for future ones. I really hope to have at least 1 or 2 products to roll out next month, but I'm not really sure. I think really the SPF is the only one that I feel good about using up in a month's time. And keep in mind, I am filming this a little bit early because we are in the process of moving, and so my next update will have more than a month's use or more than a month's progress to share. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please search for the Partners in Cream 2022 hashtag. I also have a link to a spreadsheet in the description box that lists all the people participating in the project, both on YouTube and on Instagram, or on both. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.